morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mike Bell. I'm the Vice President of Operations here at Austal USA. A special welcome to our guest from out of town to Austal, Mobile, Alabama. We even have a hurricane on its way for you, just to give you a little excitement. Quick announcement: due to COVID-19, we'd like to remind all today to practice social distancing and keep your face covering in place. I want to thank everyone for attending. These ship milestones are very important to our team. We're happy to be able to share this ceremony in person with all of you. To get things started, I'd like to introduce our Vice President of Small Surface Combatants, Mr. Dave Groudon, who will take it from here.
Good morning and thank you, Mike. Today we lay the keel for the nation's 16th independent ferry littoral combat ship, the future USS Santa Barbara, LCS 32. It's a tremendous honour to work with the men and women of Austal USA in the construction of these great ships. I'd like to especially mention the LCS 32 project management team. Up to this point, the construction effort has been led by Shelley Thigpen in the Module Manufacturing Facility, or MMF. As the modules transition from MMF to final assembly, the vessel is turned over to Wesley Fiveash and his team of experienced coordinators who will manage the effort through final assembly, launch, trials, and finally delivery. Will you guys please stand or raise your hands to be recognised? Up front here with us today, also representing the employees of Austal USA, is Structural A-Class Fitter, Mr. Dustin Stanford. From General Dynamics Mission Systems, Director of Surface Ship Platform Integration and Mobile Operations, Mr. Scott Boschman. Representing the United States Navy, Program Manager's Representative for the Littoral Combat Ship Program, Commander Chris Nettermeyer. And finally, I would like to introduce our ship sponsor and keel authenticator, Mrs. Lolita Zinke. Thank you to our platform guests. In addition to the platform, I'd also like to recognise the following guests we have in attendance today. Please stand when your name is called. The Honourable Ryan Zinke, retired Navy SEAL, former United States Representative from Montana, and 52nd United States Secretary of the Interior. The Honourable Jerry Carl, Mobile County Commissioner, District 3. The Honourable John Williams, Mobile City Council, District 4. The Honourable Joe Davis III, Baldwin County Commissioner, District 2. From the Office of Senator Doug Jones, Miss Amber Selman Lynn, Field Representative. Mr. Kevin McTague, President, Navy League of the United States Santa Barbara Council. Mr. Bill Pfister, President, Navy League of the United States Mobile Council. Mr. Bill Sisson, President and CEO, Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Clay Smith, LCS Deputy Program Manager's Representative, Supership Gulf Coast. And from the crew of the future USS Mobile LCS 26, Commander Chris Wolfe, Prospecting Commanding Officer, and Commander Chris Bland, Prospective Executive Officer. It's been an incredibly busy year for the LCS program here at Austal USA, and for that matter throughout the world. We started construction on LCS 34, launched LCS 26 and 28, and delivered LCS 22 and 24. LCS 8 and LCS 10 both completed their deployment in the Indo-Pacific Theatre, and LCS 10 continues to work with the 4th Fleet in the South Pacific. On the West Coast, where the LCS fleet continues to grow, we've got post-shakedown availability and other post-delivery work going on as well. But today we're celebrating the keel-laying of the future USS Santa Barbara, LCS 32. 11 of 40 modules that make up the ship have already been put in place as the ship begins to take shape right behind us. Like her sister ships, the future USS Santa Barbara will be a revolutionary and cost-effective new warship with cutting-edge technology. Building these ships is not easy. It takes nearly 4,000 of the world's best shipbuilders here at Austal USA, along with thousands of suppliers across the country, such as General Dynamics Systems, and a strong partnership with our elected officials, and the cooperation and support of our Navy teammates at Soup Ship in Mobile and PMS 501 in Washington, DC. Without all of these entities pulling together to achieve our common goals of efficiently delivering state-of-the-art surface combatants to the Navy on time and on budget, we could not do what we do. Please help me welcome Commander Chris Nettermeyer, representing the Navy, to the podium. Chris?
Thank you and good morning. Welcome, distinguished guests, local Mobile shipbuilders, the Honorable Ryan Zinke, and a very special greeting to our ship sponsor, Mrs. Lolita Zinke. Mrs. Zinke, thank you so much for making the trip to be here with us today as we acknowledge an important milestone in the life of our newest littoral combat ship, the future USS Santa Barbara. LCS 32 marks the third time a ship's namesake has been representative of the great city of Santa Barbara. The first being a steam-powered steel freighter, which served during World War I from 1918 to 1919. The second being a Kilauea-class ammunition ship, which was commissioned in 1970 and served for 28 years, supporting operations during the Vietnam War, along with several more recent deployments to the 5th and 6th Fleet operating areas. This continued tradition will immortalize the city of Santa Barbara, just as LCS 32 will embody the coastal city spirit as she sails across the world, defending America's freedoms, and operated by our nation's sailors, many from America's west coast. She will make the city of Santa Barbara and America proud. The keel of the ship is the primary fore and aft part of the ship's frame. It runs along the bottom, connecting the stem and stern, and is the foundation of a ship's strength. A keel-laying is a significant date because it customarily marks the start of full production of a ship, and the ceremony traditionally invites good luck in the construction of a ship and throughout her life. Today, keel-laying marks the ceremonial beginning of a ship's life with the start of the erection of prefabricated modules, which are brought together to form the hull and superstructure of the ship. For LCS 32, the modules behind us are a modern shipbuilding equivalent of our strong keel. Shipbuilding methods have changed over time, but the spirit of the keel-laying ceremony endures. Today, Mrs. Zinke, the ship sponsor, will strike her initials onto an aluminum plate with the help of Austal welder, Mr. Dustin Stanford. This will mark the beginning of a relationship that will span decades during Santa Barbara's service to the fleet and our nation. While the sponsor infuses her spirit into the ship, it is the skilled workers here at Austal who will form the true backbone of Santa Barbara and ultimately bring the ship to life. Thanks to all of you who contribute in this shipbuilding journey, completing a great ship that will exemplify its namesake. I thank the entire LCS shipbuilding team for their commitment, passion, and perseverance in constructing the future USS Santa Barbara and the other LCSs here in the yard, driving to get them to the fleet as soon as possible. We truly appreciate the hard work and dedication of all those whose efforts will ultimately result in a highly capable, flexible, and lethal fleet asset, capable of executing the missions our nation asks of her. Finally, I want to thank Captain Mike Taylor, LCS Program Manager, and Captain Nate Schneider, Supervisor of Shipbuilding Gulf Coast, for allowing me to represent them and be part of this ceremony. God bless Santa Barbara, her namesake, her sponsor, and all those who will serve on here in years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander. It is now my pleasure to introduce the ship sponsor for the future USS Santa Barbara. A native of Santa Barbara, Lolita Zinke is a graduate of the University of Santa Barbara and California Western School of Law. After marrying Ryan Zinke in 1992, she began a second career as a Navy spouse and also served as a civil servant on the staff of Admiral Michael Border at Commander-in-Chief U.S. Naval Forces in Europe. Passionate about furthering the education and welfare of children, when she she is the co-founder of the Great Northern Veterans Peace Park, a dedicated children's sledding park in Whitefish, Montana, and the founder of Amazon Kids, which provides computers and educational services to children in the Amazon basin. Lolita served as a member of President Trump's National Hispanic Advisory Council and the Veterans Administration Federal Advisory Committee in support of veteran families, caregivers, and survivors. We are honoured to have her here as the sponsor of this ship and here with us today to say a few words.
Good morning. It's an honor and a privilege to be the sponsor of the USS Santa Barbara. I am so happy to be here today for this great first event, the keel-laying ceremony. Thank you everyone who worked hard during these difficult times to make today possible. I especially want to give a shout out to Alicia Adnison for all her patience in answering my emails, my questions, and for providing valuable information. Thank you so much, Alicia. If I get emotional during this speech, it's because this is personal to me. I am a Navy wife and mother. And although my husband is now retired after 23 years of service as a U.S. Navy SEAL, and my daughter is no longer an active duty Navy diver, we are still part of the great U.S. Navy family, and we always will be. I represent all family members and those who will ultimately serve on this fine ship. As such, I want to thank the Austal family of shipbuilders for their excellence in shipbuilding. I want to thank everyone who has or who will work on this ship to make sure she is the best, the safest built vessel on the water. This will ensure her future missions are successful. When my family, the Navy family, sees their sailors off to deploy, I want them to know that this ship will carry our loved ones out to sea and back home safely. Thank you for doing so. May God bless America, and may God bless those who defend our great nation.
Now for the reason we are gathered here, the authentication of the keel of a future USS Santa Barbara by a ship sponsor. Mrs. Inke and Mr. Stanford, will you please make your way to the keel plate for authentication? In accordance with this time-honoured shipbuilding tradition, Mrs. Inke will weld her initials into the keel plate, officially authenticating that the keel has been truly and fairly laid. This plate will later be attached to the ship's structure, where it will remain throughout Santa Barbara's long service life in the United States Navy. Mrs. Inke is guided today by Mr. Dustin Stanford, a structural A-class fitter. Dustin has been with Austal for over 9 years, and when he's not working, he enjoys competition barbecue, softball, Mississippi State football, and spending time with his wife and 2 children. For your safety, we ask that the guests do not look directly at the light produced by the welding torch. Without proper eyewear, the arc can permanently impair your vision. Mrs. Inke and Mr. Stanford, you may begin when ready.
I hereby declare the keel of the future USS Santa Barbara has been truly and fairly laid.
Thank you, Mrs. Inke, and to all our platform guests. This concludes our ceremony. To help adhere to social distancing, we are not hosting a reception after the ceremony today. Please grab a blue Austal bag off the chair on your way out. Platform guests, please join me at the welding stand for the official photos. Thank you very much.